This year, we've seen a flood of videos of people being shot right on our smartphones or our computer screens. It can be overwhelming. More than 1,000 young chefs sent in recipes, but only 56 were picked to dine with the First Lady at this special place.
Cut to the chase, you use icons to show your interests. You take photos in the app to show that they're current and actually of you. And you can take 6-second profile videos to show your personality.
0.5% of New York physicians are registered to prescribe medical marijuana. But how many of those prescribers are here in Onondaga County? The state declined to give that number. But if the state's ratio applies here locally, that would mean about 11 of the county's almost 2,000 physicians are registered. But if you're pregnant or might be pregnant, Brazil and other places with Zika are off limits. But anyone at the game should still cover up and use bug spray with DEET. In Washington, D.C., I'm Amika Osumi. Good for Utah. Two recent polls show that Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump could be neck and neck in Utah in the general election. Analysts say this is because many Republican members of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints have yet to connect with Trump.
A lot of folks in Mormon communities out west, have some pretty serious reservations about him, and you've seen a lot of leaders in that community, whether it's in Nevada or Arizona or Utah, so far struggle to kind of line up behind him,
including Senator Mike Lee, who is LDS.
I've made no secret about the fact that I've got some concerns and I've got some unanswered questions. And among other things, I want to know how he would approach his leadership as president through the lens of the Constitution.
A last-ditch effort may be in the works to block Trump's bid for the White House. Reportedly, a few hundred GOP delegates want to change the rules for next week's convention to make room for another candidate to secure the nomination, although it's not clear who that would be. Senator Lee and his wife are on the Rules Committee, but he says this plan doesn't look hopeful.
Even if you were to open up the delegate vote, so to speak, I suspect at this point you'd have some delegates who would do that, but I don't at this point see that being enough. I don't at this point seeing that influencing the ultimate outcome of the election.
And if Donald Trump walks away from Cleveland as the official nominee, will Senator Lee back him then?
We'll see.
We'll all see next week as the focus zooms in on Republicans in Cleveland. In Washington, D.C., I'm Amika Osumi. Good for Utah.
Michelle Shannon and Pat DeFerrio have been laughing like this since they met at 16, working at the Friendlies that used to be on Route 57.
We started on the same day.
Michelle and Pat are both moms, both work in insurance, and are both in their 50s.
And we're not the demographic that you would normally expect to be developing an app, especially a dating app.
The two friends are co-founders of a dating app called Cut to the Chase. The idea started after they both went through divorces and couldn't seem to find any online dating services that worked for them.
So I went on eHarmony and I filled out this thing, which literally took 45 minutes for me to get through. And I hit send or submit. And it comes back quickly with a thing that says, sorry, we can't match you.
But Pat realized she made a mistake. She thought a question asked how many years she had been married, so she put 30. But it actually asked how many times she had been married. So she went back, changed her answer to 1, but got the same response.
We can't match you. And I'm like, are you kidding me?
The two decided they were going to do something about the online dating options. They went through several sites, picked what they liked and didn't like, and eventually came up with the idea for Cut to the Chase.
And so we wanted to build something very simple, just get to the point.
On Cut to the Chase, you use icons to show your interests. You take photos in the app to show that they're current and actually of you. And you can take 6-second profile videos to show your personality. They hope the app will debut this summer, and Pat says she'd use it herself.
I'm busy. I have a day job, and I don't want to spend my time looking for someone the way that I've had to look so far.
Michelle and Pat have pretty big plans for Cut to the Chase.
Ultimately, the goal is, nationwide.
World domination.
Well, yeah, I like that.
Yeah. I'm Amika Osumi, NCC News. Daniela Bergantz is still in elementary school, but she whips up meals a little more complicated than boxed mac and cheese, like her American flag ravioli, made with ricotta, shrimp, and homegrown vegetables.
I really like ravioli because you can put anything in it.
And when First Lady Michelle Obama announced this year's Healthy Lunchtime Challenge, Daniela thought the First Lady might just eat up her idea. Recipes were judged on nutrition, affordability, and taste. More than 1,000 young chefs sent in recipes, but only 56 were picked to dine with the First Lady at this special place.
I was kind of like, this is probably a long shot, and then...
Her parents told her the big news.
You are the winner!
I was super excited to go to the White House because I had never been to DC, so I was like...
Daniela got to experience it all with her biggest fan, the woman who taught her to cook, her mom, Lisa.
But to go to the White House, of all things, and to meet Michelle Obama, I mean, possibly the president, shake their hand, it's really just amazing. What an opportunity.
Mrs. Obama reminded the chefs that making it to the White House before high school is a great feat.
You should be very proud of yourselves. You earned these spots at these tables.
For Daniela, a seat at a state dinner is a dream come true. But she also has other aspirations.
I might want to start a cooking show when I'm older, but I also want to be a scientist.
But for now, she's happy just attending White House luncheons and cooking for her family. In Washington, D.C., I'm Amika Osumi, Good for Utah. Hillary Clinton won 4 of the 6 primary elections yesterday, including California, which has 475 delegates. She's now won enough support from elected delegates and superdelegates to capture the nomination at the party's convention next month. Today is World Refugee Day, and for the first time since World War II, there are more than 60 million refugees worldwide. The UN Refugee Agency released a report today which highlights that these 64.6 million refugees outnumber the entire population of the UK. Family and friends of Gary Porter met together last night to voice their frustrations about his death. Porter is the man who was shot and killed at a West Side block party on Father's Day. They met at the Fountain of Life Church last night, and tension is growing as family and community members are demanding answers from the police. Evelyn Tennyson was Porter's girlfriend and was also shot that night in the leg. Tennyson says she planned to marry Porter and was pregnant with his child. The Syracuse police say an officer fired her weapon, but there was more than one gun involved. And with multiple rounds fired, detectives say they don't know who shot and killed Porter. Police say they are still at the early stages of this investigation and are waiting for the results of the ballistic reports.